Welcome to the Zwift Super League round number 2.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the vlog. It is the evening, as you can probably tell by the setting sun, or the low sun. I've been out today already. I've done a couple of hours, nothing too hard, just as a kind of a warm-up, because tonight is the second round of the Zwift Super League. Of the 15 or so pro teams that are signed up to this league, there are a fair few of them who are British, which naturally means that I know a lot of the riders that are on those teams and I actually spend a fair amount of the season racing them throughout the year. So it's going to be really interesting to see on Zwift tonight how the road racing compares with those guys on the virtual world of Zwift. So now, of course, being the end of Jan or early February, I'm now about 6 weeks before racing is planned to begin for me personally. So my fitness is not quite where I want it to be in terms of when I start racing. We've got a little way to go, but I'm getting there. I'm feeling good. So it's going to be really interesting tonight to see, as a kind of first test, as a first marker, to see where I compare to those guys and really test myself, see what I can do, really. Having watched the first round last week, it's a pretty hard race. This week is not a hilly circuit as much as last week was. I think it's on the Innsbruck circuit, so a slightly flatter course. For those of you who are into power, it's going to be around 45 minutes at around 360 watts for my weight, which will work out at over 5 watts per kilogram. So it's going to be a pretty tough evening, and I'm glad I haven't had a particularly tough couple of days running into it, so I can really kind of give it what I have and see where it puts me. Anyway, I am excited to get stuck in.
Hey, let's go. Are we lost?
I just didn't want to go out the bottom way.
Sarah knows Calpit like the back of her hand, don't you? Heading over to Cam's house now. He's a couple of kilometres the other side of Calpit, I believe. I don't quite know exactly where he is. Almost got that kind of pre-race nerve feeling. Is that normal? I guess it is a race, right?
Yes. Yes.
Look at this.
Welcome to Casa Jet.
Look at those, posh.
This is the King's Quarters.
King's Quarters.
Yeah.
Damn, look at this.
This is better than the Pinarello store that Wiggins were in last week.
Yeah, mate, 100%. Hey, how many plug sockets can you need for a Zwift setup?
There's more than you think.
There is more than you think.
Especially when you're trying to film it like we are.
Exactly.
We've got 2 fans on the go. Lawrence has opted for a double fan setup tonight, which is quite an interesting tactic. We were here with Pat last week, racing in the race for Kiss, and he had one fan.
Mate,
So
I'm going for every edge I can get, mate.
Yeah,
I
rate it, I respect it.
Also, I don't want to make a pool of liquidy stuff next to your bed.
We're gonna put a towel underneath, don't worry.
So yeah, we're here in the middle of Cam's upstairs suite in his villa here, and we're plugging in. Well, we got a Zwift turbo, we got 2 fans, we got a laptop. What else am I forgetting? And we've got a light. Mate, you're in an ideal location there. You probably can't see that, but that is Carpe Rock.
Can you see the hotel?
Yeah.
The big, look at the red lights, the red lines in the hotel.
That is, yeah.
Man's doing bits up here.
Mate, you got some kind of Eye of Sauron going on over here. Look at that. What do you make of this setup?
Sweat on, mate.
Look, we got all of this. Apparently I need a power up.
Yeah, so Lawrence clearly is a Zwift virgin. So before the race starts, we need to go across the start-finish line where we get a power up. Ideally, we want to try and get an aero. So we might take a few attempts at this by going across the line, getting a power up, using it, going back across the line until we eventually get an aero. That way, in the sprint, it gives him like an extra. I don't know like precise numbers, but it gives him an extra.
That's assuming I get to the finish with the lead group.
That's assuming you get to the finish with the lead group. Or we can get a feather light, which takes a few kilos off your weight for 10 or 15 seconds on the climb. Oh, you got an aero.
Any good?
Yeah, that's perfect for it because it's a flat course. It's going to be a sprint finish in, as long as you get to the finish. So what we'll do about 400-500 meters to go, we'll press the space bar. It uses this aero power up, which essentially just makes you more aero. You'll do about 4 or 5k more in terms of speed.
Awesome. Cheers, bro. Other than those power ups, Cam, is there anything else that I need to know for this race?
A couple of what is your experience in Zwift racing?
Mate, I've done like, do you know what? I started a Zwift race the other day
Yeah.
and then did my 5-minute interval and quit. And that's my experience of Zwift racing.
Okay, so I was the same as you up until about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I've just been smashing out Zwift races. Also, watching the Kiss race last week, I took a few tips off that.
Yeah.
And I've been speaking to the guy, a few guys have been messaging me and telling me sort of things I need to know. So I put them all into practice last night at the Kiss Europe race.
Right.
Which is quite sort of a high standard midweek race on Zwift, and got second. So my tactics are definitely improving. What I would say for you tonight is it's going to be a fast race. So really, you want to be looking at the watts per kilos of the guys in the right hand side of your screen. You want to be matching, if you're within the bunch, you want to be matching the same power as they're doing. It's very easy to get tempted and press on more. And all you're going to do is roll to the front and you're going to be exceeding points energy. Any slight inclines, you want to kick a little bit before the climb actually starts. So 2 or 3 seconds, you want to up the power because it is a game, so there's a little bit of a lag. Then yeah, essentially just ride in the bunch, don't take any turns in the front, save as much energy as you can. 5 minutes to go, will pop your aero power up and you're gonna sprint to the win and beat Bibby and everyone
Sprint
else.
with my 900 watts. So here we go, this is the list from last week. There's a fair representation from the Brits there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Like, I think we did well.
I think the Brits are leading the way in terms of Zwift esport.
Oh, bold claim. Look, we're going to get the...
It's all our viewers are English.
Next?
All our viewers are British anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
We're going to get the Italians. I'd say the Italians or the Belgians are next up on the list, so we're going to get them fighting back at you now.
Do you have any Italian viewers?
No?
Comment down below if you're Italian.
There's no decisions made. I just keep a locked and conscious.
Cam, I just wanted to apologise for the mess that I'm going to make in your house.
It's alright, mate, as long as you promise to mop it up.
Okay, I promise.
Here we go, race has started. Race is on.
Oh God. Here we go. So the course for the race was 4 laps of the Innsbruck circuit, totaling 35 kilometres, so about 40 minutes of racing. The start, as expected, was pretty damn rapid. Certainly over 400 watts for the first kilometre of the race. Joining me this week for Team Wiggins was Ollie Robinson, who rode last week's race, along with Mark Donovan and recently crowned New Zealand national under-23 champion James Fouché. Here I was feeling pretty comfy, riding at the front and staying out of trouble. At around 4 or 5 kilometres we hit the only climb on the circuit. It was here that the Zwift All-Stars team, along with Madison Genesis, absolutely smashed it, pretty much splitting the front of the field to pieces. There was groups of 1 and 2 all over the road, and it was at this point that Cam next to me suggested I should be patient and it will potentially come back together on the downhill section. Unfortunately for me, that didn't happen, and that was the decisive split of the race. About 24 riders out the front, with another 10 or so in my group behind, and then bits and pieces behind, I'm not quite sure. This is how the race stayed, with a couple getting dropped from the lead group, but I was disappointed really to not be with the leaders of the race, and I was trying to push the pace in my group a fair bit.
Yeah. And then I realised what I said, I thought it was stupid. Hold that thing to catch the wheel. I said, come on.
Coming into the last lap, just under 2 minutes down on the leaders, I decided to give it a couple of nudges and the run-in, see if I could get away. These attempts failed, but I was pleased to roll across the line first out of that group, finishing in 22nd out of 60 riders who started.
Yeah.
Despite the fact, Madison knew exactly what they were doing, didn't they?
Yeah. It's all tactics. It's learning how to play the game. You probably shouldn't have done this. Probably shouldn't have been your first race.
Yeah, well, now I've done one,
Yeah.
kind of know what to do, hey? So as you can see, it's now the next day. I actually really enjoyed that race last night. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it the amount that I did. I think it was really cool to race names that I know so well back home racing on the online world of Zwift. I think that was a really cool dimension, but also to race World Tour guys that you wouldn't otherwise get to race. It's a pretty unique opportunity. My team, Wiggins Le Col, are now placed 8th out of the 15 teams on the team rankings. So not too bad. Hopefully we can improve on that in the coming weeks. And also I want to say a massive fair play to Ed Hopper from Team Ribble, which is the team of course I rode for last year, to ride away like that in the way that he did, and to stay away right into the line. It was so close, just 3 seconds on the line. Fair play. I mean, made an exciting race. So I learned a lot. Hopefully we can come back fighting. If you had any questions about that race or Zwift racing in general, I plan to do a lot more kind of Zwift content, probably when I'm back in the UK more than out here. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.